1154 setup and the wireless Z19s, plus a small collection of KW equipment, which mostly is working. Every now and again you get a few problems and you have to get out and get under it, but at least you can repair the old stuff, which is quite enjoyable. I got my license, I think, in the year 2000. I didn't have a license before. I was very interested in old radios for many years as a shortwave listener with the, I think I had a BC342 was my first receiver, and I used to live in London and listen to the bands on that in the 1960s and 70s, when you could actually hear a lot more stations. Of course, London now is a bit of a washout with all the interference and everything, but I had a very simple aerial, lived in a block of flats, and I could receive stations from all over the world, which was quite enjoyable. But I never did anything about my license until the year 2000. I had a few other interests take over, but I always retain the interest in the shortwaves, and I've still got the original receiver, albeit it's not working at the moment. Okay, Dave, nice to make contact, and I'll just listen on the band to see if anybody else is there. N5AFD, this is N5AKY, wishing you all the best. Cheers for now.
Yeah, great copy, John. Lovely. That radio sounds very nice, actually. It's very nice, clear audio. And I don't know if I gave a report, but you're 5 to 10 dB constant. It's a very stable signal. Yeah, it's quite a common story, actually. Looking at the profiles of some of the guys who were doing the AM, that they were into radio a long, long time before they were licensed and built a lot of equipment and so on. And sort of maybe retired or later in life decided to get a ticket. It's not uncommon. Whereas I got my ticket and I had a couple of years at it and then went off the air for about 15 years. And then they reduced the code speed and life changes. I thought I'd better crack on with it. I've never had a Morse QSO in my life. Good stuff. This is the UnUn, or UnUn. 8000. So it's just it's not very exciting. It's your vintage equipment's much more pleasurable to look at. This is just a black box with a very small LCD screen. It gives very little information, actually. Of course, it's all done on the PC, but self-contained. The processing is done within the radio and so on. Okay, thanks Don. Have a good day, mate. Good weekend, of course, and New Year greetings. M5 Alpha Kilo Yankee, very good morning from Shropshire. Mike 5 Alpha Fox Delta, thank you.
Yes, and Happy New Year to you as well, Dave. Cheers for now.
Thank you, Don. Cheers.
Mike 5 Alpha Kilo Yankee. This is Golf 4 Alpha Zulu uniform again, Don. Probably not too bad on your last over there. QRN here. Dave's in Shrewsbury there. I think we worked yesterday morning, didn't we? But the name here is John, by the way, John, if you're copying. And we're located Winchester. The cathedral city of Winchester in Hampshire there. And gather you're about 12 miles south of Bristol there. But as I say, I'm having a little bit of trouble, Don, but and then we must go QRT, but maybe able to hook up with you again a bit shortly. Mike 5 Alpha Kilo Yankee, and there's also Mike 5 Alpha Fox Delta, who's, I think you're going, Dave. We'll be listening now, Don, from Golf 4 Alpha Zulu uniform.
Looks like conditions aren't flowing between you two, John. But John, you're 5 and 9 here, 5 and 9 plus a bit, and sounding as good as you did yesterday. Over.
Yeah, okay, fine, Dave. Yeah, cheers. Yeah, we got a bit time delay on changing over. Maybe got a few bits out later on. Yeah, did Don copy more? No, Dave.
No, I don't think so. Let me just check if you're still by, Don, M5AKY. Did you hear anything from John, G4AZU, over?
G4, M5AFD, this is M5AKY. Yes, I did copy something from, I gather the name is John. I'm not too sure where he's located, but I gather he copied part of my over, and I was copying, he comes out the noise now and again for a few words and then disappears back in. I gather he's got a bit of a local noise problem himself from what I did here, but he's about readability 2, signal strength 3 at the best at the moment, and if you'd like to pass him my report, I'll be very grateful. I'm not an estimator on this rig, by the way, but you're a good 5 and 9 plus your profile there, Dave. But I did hear but I couldn't tell whether he passed it back to me or whether he just faded into the noise. So I was just waiting to get back to him, but I didn't want to double. So I'll pass it back to you, Dave, if you wouldn't mind relaying the message. M5AFD, this is M5AKY.
Okay, John. Did you copy that, John, over? I think your copy's okay on Don, is it, John, over?
Background, Dave, but you know, he's sort of gone back down again with me, and it's very, very difficult. But I have got a lot of noises, and the antenna system's not up to much. As I said to you yesterday, we've got to get that sorted out when the weather improves a bit. But say 73 is too in for me then, Dave, and we're trying to hook up when conditions between me and being gone a bit better. But I think it's mainly my end. All right then, Dave, I'll be listening for about a minute or so, then we must be going QRT then. Cheers, Dave.
Yeah. Okay, John, just letting your relay switch over. I don't know if you copied any of that, John, but it's pretty much the same both ways. John's got quite a bit of local noise and not much you can do about that, but he said he'll catch up with you at another opportune moment, and he passes on his 7.3s, okay?
Yeah, many thanks there, Dave, and all the best to John if you're copying me at all. And I think we've missed the best of the propagation this morning. It tends to fade out about this time. Okay, all the best for now. Just listening on the frequency and then going QRT for a cup of coffee or something. Cheers for now.
Yeah, thanks, Don. I've got a great copy on everybody, actually. It's often been the way, even higher up the band, people struggle to hear each other. Nice to be able to hear everybody. That's the way it goes. Okay, thanks, John. Thanks, Don. G4AZU, M5AKY, M5AFD. Very good morning.
Yeah, thank you, Dave. Look up again shortly.
Hello, Pete. How are you doing?
Thanks, Dave. Heard the signal now. I don't know if it's a bit reaching you. Probably should be about alright. Using the general dynamics. Anyway, nice to it's ages since we worked there. Weren't we invited, mate?
I tend to listen, Peter. New Year's greeting, by the way, and hope you've had a good holiday period, if you celebrated, of course. You're very strong, Pete, but there's something of a warble on the audio, particularly when you first press the PTT, and then it sort of sorts itself out. I don't know if that's maybe just band conditions, possibly, but very, very strong signal, and Mr. Radio, it's a general something. I've listened to you the last few nights, actually, on SSB, but I don't know much about valves to join in the QSO, Pete, over.
That's right, yeah, maybe I'm cooking the modulation. What it is, the general dynamics, this is the big submarine radio. I found it down a bit, but hang on, just when it touches the PCT, it's ringing the home amplifier. Just when it gets about 1 watt outside, and the amplifier behind it runs a Marconi avionics, and the big home bro thing. And that seems to be doing a good job, but is that a bit better? I've turned the modulation down there. It looks unintentional, probably falling on the modulation. It's not alright.
It's not a lot different, if the truth be told, Pete. That radio, by the way, sounds fantastic on single sideband. It really has got a lovely sound to it. It sounds like this, mate. Hang on. I don't know if you got that, Pete, over.
No, I didn't, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell Hat Green to, easiest thing, I'll tell Hat Green to read it, and send it back. Hat Green can do the recording, but so it makes it easier. Right, I shall do that, I'll have a quick recording. Then it just sends me back the, what comes out. But I know this is very, very touchy to get the modulation right. You know, we don't have things like microprocessors in this radio to get the modulation. I'll stop recording now. 1/4 megabyte of recording, so let me later. Well done. As long as you can hear me, I'll get it stopped. Using a, this is a Audio Technica microphone. A midnight Bluetooth on which I'll get the voltages right. The thing used to have a carbon microphone on both, so so it doesn't already work. Back to you, Matt.
Yeah, okay, G4TCB M5AFD. It has spells of very good transmission, and then it starts to warble a bit. It's more like a warble. It's almost like, you know, when if you're running a mobile radio and it's not getting enough amps, you know, and starts to gurgle for a second or so, and so on. The actual quality of the audio is good. There's nothing wrong with it. It just starts to wobble a bit. Anyway, you'll sort it out, no doubt. Okay, well, the signal's great, Pete, and just that bit of an issue with the audio. But how do I sound to you? It's all new to me. Software-defined radio, and I have no idea if the carrier level's right or the audio processing I'm using is good, but generally the comments are favourable. But I know the fellas prefer the sound of the vintage gear, which does sound fantastic as opposed to this modern stuff. Other than that, not much to report, mate. I've got a bit of a flu at the moment, so if I sound a bit nasal, it's probably the reason. And having a few days off work. Q4TCB M5AFD, over.
Yeah, well, this is I've been listening to you on the radio itself. There is a warble in the atmosphere, so it's nothing I can do to sort that out. Not mental. Yeah, so it's on there. Hot Green, yeah, absolutely. You know, BBC quality, and it couldn't get any better. This is the thing. The reason this thing thought nice audio quality is because it was meant for chewing data around the phone. It's absolutely no audio trailing whatsoever. One of them sounds like I have the half for a 1%. It's got those soft things that always up, I won't mention the one. And this is just a reason that it's a short 444 microphone. It just seems to work well with the impedance of the amplifier going up. This thing does tend to double out, but take it back to a reasonable level. What's going on? It looks quite good on the oscilloscope there, so it's definitely atmospheric conditions, but we're not great, you know, it's as good as anything I've heard on the BBC. Back to you guys.
Yeah, good stuff. Okay. Okay, Pete. I'm not sure if somebody was trying to jump in there. Oh, well done. Yeah, you like this old gear, don't you? I don't know if that's the one you bought from South Yorkshire, or you're referring to another piece of equipment last night when I heard somebody said something came up for sale. And you'd grabbed it. Good stuff. Alright, listen, matey, I'm going to get a coffee, come back. And perhaps a lemsip as well, for a very, very hoarse throat. And I've had a bit of a chat on here with a couple of fellas this morning, so it's been pretty good. But nice to hear you, Pete. Have a good day, mate, and enjoy whatever you're doing. Golf 4 Tango Charlie Bravo, Mike 5 Alpha Fox Delta, over.
Okay, sorry, yes. I think the conditions are changing up and down a bit. It's not bad at all. See you later, don't you get yourself a supper, it's not time out in the guys, I'll have a bit listening around, but we'll stop talking about those, it's just that we all know, yeah. We're in the business sort of thing. Come and talk to us and we'll will refuse to speak about them last night. Thanks very much, enjoy yourself. And lots of you get put to soon, but it's going on into. I wonder if the flow jobs we've got it against the wrong head.
Yeah, no, I listen, Pete. I listen with interest. You talk about what you enjoy, mate. That's what it's all about. But there's no point in me having any input because I'm not a technical amateur. That's the ins and outs of it, mate. If you want me to take your V8 engine or your EcoBoost turbo engine to bits and rebuild it, I can do that with my eyes. But when it comes to radio, forget it, mate. Leave the technical stuff to the techies. Alright, see you later, Pete. M5AFD, over and out.
Okay, see you later, Dave. Yes, and I'll have a show of engines in, but I know next door to me is died now, but he was probably the best car body man in Leeds, and I got this funny rattle from my Land Rover, and eventually I took the cylinder head off, and there was one of the pistons had the chunks of piston ring embedded in the top. It was a big diesel, so when eventually it worked again, not clean the head out, put a new piston, this one on that side was going, usual software, got that sorted out, and this guy looks at my Land Rover working again, I'm sounding good, he goes, "Go on, you even looked at my car." Sorry about that, son, but it was, this theory that people don't do cars very often, can actually do it. It's fun, isn't it? I think the first car, I talked about it on Locus alone, I've got completely rebuilt engine on that, and that needed a special 2-inch man to get in to get the bolts out of the other places. You know what I do? Enjoy your cafe, G4, so just on that.
Yeah, okay, Peter, all understood, yeah, good stuff, yeah. I think, I don't know if it was you or somebody else who was telling the stories last night about people from the past, but it was quite amusing. Alright, matey, have a good day, Pete. G4 TCB, Mike 5 Alpha Fox Delta, bye for now.
G4 TCB closing.
My name is Steve, Sugar Tango Echo Victor Echo Steve, and we're located North Kent, South East London, North Kent. Just coming on this morning to work a few people to advertise our special event station on tomorrow and Sunday. I'm sure we've worked before. Good signal. 33 Zulu Papa Sugar, go ahead.
Yeah, morning Steve, G3ZPS, G4NFS. Nice sunny morning here in Bristol, but with some rain as well, Steve, and quite windy, still quite windy. Your signal report, Steve, 5 and 9, and also very nice clear signal from you. My name is Norman, and we're on the south side of Bristol, Steve. G3ZPS, G4NFS, over.
Yeah, okay, Norman, G4NFS, G3ZPS returning. Okay, Norman, yeah, excellent. Very good. Yeah, you're 5 and 9 plus, very strong. A nasty noise just come up. I think just something that will go away. Yeah, I might have to move a bit. I think there's some German stations on this frequency. Okay, Norman, you're very good. Running 400 watts here to a dipole. Just come on to advertise that tomorrow and Sunday I'll be operating as Golf Bravo 8 kilowatt whiskey GB8KW, celebrating the 62nd anniversary of the incorporation of KW Ham Radio Electronics Company, who used to be about a mile away from here. And we'll be using all their gear over the weekend as GB8KW in the local club. 3 of us will be operating using that kit. Company went out of business making ham radio kit about 40 years ago, but some of us idiots still own a lot of their kit and keep it going, Norman. So if you're around tomorrow morning around 3777, give us a call. Should be on. G4NFS, G3 Zulu Papa Sugar. Go ahead, Norman.
Yeah, G3ZPS, G4NFS, Okay, Steve, and KW. I had a KW 1000, I think it was, and linear amplifier for some time, but now I've got a quite an old amplifier. It's a Kenwood TL922, and works very well. I've got it switched on at the moment. We're just running barefoot. I'm using an Elecraft K3, which is 2011. I purchased that year when I was in the States, and assembled it myself, and not that difficult to do that, Steve, but struggling with the eyesight these days, and 75 years of age. I won't be around tomorrow morning, Steve. I'm out tomorrow morning. I wonder how long you go on for the rest of the day, Steve. G3ZPS, G4NFS.
Norman, G3ZPS. Yeah, we're on Saturday and Sunday. We'll probably pack in 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening. The band 80 closes short skip and then doesn't reopen again till 10 or 11. And 40 closes up. Well, in fact, 40 is only open for an hour or two, a couple of times around lunchtime, short skip. So we'll do our best. We'll probably be on 20. I'll be on top band AM, but you won't hear me down there. Norman, yeah, okay, I'm a craft. I don't know I do know the radio, but I'm not. I don't own one. At the moment, I'm using a Fox Tango 902 old Yaesu and an amplifier. Yeah, I've got the KW 1000 here. I've got 7. How many KW stations have I got? About 8. I think 8 KW stations. 8 or 9 complete HF stations made by KW. There's also another station, GB2 KW, up in Scotland. He's on all through the month, my mate Chris. So you might hear him around 3777. I haven't worked him yet, actually. Okay, Norman, I might move up to 3777 and see if he's there. Pleasure talking to you, mate, and have a good weekend coming up there, Norman. G4NFS, Bristol G3, Zulu Papa Sugar in North Kent. Go ahead, Norman.
Yeah, G3ZBS, G4NFS. Yeah, okay, Steve. I'll have a look over the weekend and the report. I can get out effectively. I'm running here a doublet, which is 204 foot top, with about 62 foot of open wire ladder line feeder, Steve, and the antenna matcher is a Palstar BS 1500 Alpha twin roller coasters. It works very effectively on top band, Steve. So I'll hook up there if I get the chance. Did you say you'd be on AM tomorrow morning, or will you be on there for the rest of the day, Steve? Over.
No, I don't know yet. The AM, we're going to try AM. I'd only listen there briefly. Probably around lunchtime, we might give it a go on AM. We haven't. There's only 3 of us operating, so it's not like the CQ Worldwide contest where everybody's on every band all at the time. This is just a bit of fun. So I wouldn't. I'd look for us here on 80.
Okie doke, Steve. Well, 7-3 to all the best. Have a good day. Now clouding over here. 7-3, my friend. G3ZPS, G4NFS, now QSY. Cheers.
Yeah, okay, Norman, from G3ZPS. You can. Okay, mate. Yeah, we look after yourself. Don't get too wet. And I'm sure we'll speak to you over the weekend. I have to remember everybody's name, and yeah, okay, cheers. Golf 3 Zulu Papa Sugar, G3ZPS, listening on 80.
Golf Whiskey Zero, Alpha Golf Zulu.
Yeah, GW0AGZ, Golf Whiskey Zero, Alpha Golf Zulu. Very good morning. Name is Steve, Sugar Tango Echo Victor Echo Steve. I'm located North Kent. I give a report on the next over, not too strong I don't think. From G3, Zulu Papa, Sugar, go ahead.
Yeah, okay Steve, good morning to you there in Kent, G3ZPS. This is GW0AGZ returning. Name here is John. So we're just south of Oswald Street on the Shropshire Parish borders, Steve. Just been listening to your last USO there. Yeah, I've just pulled this old FT897. It's been up in my loft for quite a few years. I just spotted it down the other day and decided to try operating it barefoot. And the power supply is just a little 7 amp hour battery, so we'll see how long that lasts. But I'm hearing you okay anyway. You're a good solid signal here, 5.9 plus, Steve. So wonder how you're getting me, Steve, over.
Hey, mate. Hi, Pete. Yeah, well, what was your name? Go ahead.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Yeah, the name here is John. John, do you know?
Yeah, he did say. I didn't write it down. Okay, John. Yeah, good morning, mate. And hello to my friend Peter, who's there. G3ZPS. Okay, John. Yeah, well, it's your 5.9 plus times dropping down. The band's okay for a little while in the morning, but not brilliant. And I just came on, John, to advertise that we'll be on over the weekend. A little bit up from here if we can on 3777 or 71777 operating Golf Bravo 8 kilowatt whiskey GBA KW celebrating the anniversary of the great British ham radio company that was KW, which went out of business about 40 years ago now, but started life in 1956. So if you're on, you'll hear me as GB8KW, so perhaps if you're around there and your 7 amp per hour battery's been charged up, John, you can give us a call. Anyway, my friend Peter's on from Leeds. I spoke to him last night. I speak to him nearly every day actually, so he might be able to give you a report there, but it's working great, John. Morning, Pete, how you doing? Go ahead.
Fine, thanks, Steve. Yeah, good evening. Good afternoon to John. I normally work on that on evenings. Yeah, good afternoon, John. Yeah, it sounds like the 897. Yes, I'm using the good old General Dynamics RC618. Steve will be absolutely sick to death of me saying that. But it sounds nice. Doing a good job, mate. Anyway, nice to catch you, John. I don't think we've worked before. Over to you from G4, please, to me.
I'm just making notes of your call sign there, Pete. Good morning. G4TCV. Is it Tango Charlie Bravo, Pete? Over.
Yeah, Roger. Golf for Tango Charlie Bravo. You've got it.
Okay, yeah, you're an excellent signal here. The name of the village I'm in is Llanymynech, just south of Oswald Street on the Shropshire Parish borders, Pete. So there we are. Good signal, and also a good signal from Steve. WX it's been raining. It's quite miserable, but at least the wind's disappeared, so there's nothing to worry about. No extreme weather, about 5 or 6 Celsius, not bad, that's about 5 Celsius, something like that. Quite cool anyway, Pete. So good to hear, trust all is well there. Yeah, I've just dragged this 897 out of the loft. Thought I'd give it an airing, and I've got a few of these little 7 amp hour batteries. I just recently had the batteries changed in my mother's stair lift, and they use 2 of these little 7 amp hour Seal for Life batteries, you know, but they're quite old. Plus I had another one as well out of an old ride-on lawnmower, so I'm using that one at the moment, but we'll see how we go. I'm just sat in the sunroom here where I wouldn't normally be operating from. The shack's in the garage, so it's rather nippy in there, so I just thought I'd just try this in here. It's more comfortable, but I'm only running barefoot, of course, and the rig doesn't have a built-in ATU, but the antenna's a fairly good match anyway, probably about 1.2 to 1, something like that, so no worries on that front. No, the main rig is an IP7300, and I have an expert linear, so I can run high power if I'm in the shack, you know, but it's all good fun, Pete, over.
Okay, John. Yeah, well, I thought somebody on the QSL will have the mandatory 7300, and So Steve and I are avoiding it like the plague, but yeah, your 897 sounding good. I don't know about running off your battery. That's not going to a 7 amp hour battery. It probably doesn't have the current density. I know these sorts of batteries. I've worked with them quite a lot, especially the larger variety on UPSs. When you start taking sort of 20 or 30 amps out of them, they get to the plates will buckle if you're not careful.